together. We're going to school, and we just want to talk today. Why we have to talk to Bluey, and that makes sense. So, Mommy is just a silly goose because she's rolling around.
I'm a silly goose.
Yep, you are a silly goose, you silly. Because Mommy is so Bluey, so funny.
She has a lot to say today. Well, anyways, we're on the way to school, and then we're gonna be heading to the park today because we just need like a breather. It has been overwhelming this week, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I have been so overwhelmed these last couple of weeks, and I was trying to figure out why, and then it dawned on me that I really haven't taken like a mental break. I did take like a mini girls trip, but that was still considered like a business trip, but I feel like I haven't taken a mental break since like last year, like the beginning of last year. If you guys don't know, I did like a full market season, and that was 2 markets every single week for around 5 months. And then I also did the Delaware State Fair. I also did the Goshen Fair, so that's like 16 days straight of doing fairs. I also did festivals. But I feel like this last 2 weeks I have just like been in a slump. I don't know what's going on with me. I think it's just like I'm tired. I'm just tired of just doing the same tasks over and over and over again. I'm also a mom, and I'm a single mom, so like it's a lot to just like, you know, be there for my daughter 24/7, and then also try to grow my business and also be just like the person that does everything in my business. I literally wear all the hats in X and Beauty, so marketing, producing, updating websites, doing just everything. And hopefully you guys can hear me well, because I know I don't have a mic, and even if it's not that windy, it kind of messes up my audio here. So hopefully this is going to be okay and I can keep this in here. But yeah, so it's just been like tough, and it's so crazy because just sitting here I already feel like relaxed. I think it's because I'm just outside, you know, the sun is like shining on my face. It already feels good, you know. I'm just ready for like the springtime and summertime. Next month X and Beauty will be 4 years old. I'm happy about it, and I'm also sad about it because I feel like I should be way further along than what I am. And I know I have accomplished so many things in my business. It's just like, it's a mental thing, you know. It's like we can never be satisfied with what we have. So I'm just ranting on right now, but I'm just sitting out here on the bench. Literally nobody else is here. I'm the only person in the parking lot, and there's some workers working on like the playground area. But I usually come sometimes to this park and just walk around the lake. There's like a whole lake right there, so I would just like walk around the lake and stuff. But honestly, so that's been another thing that has been on my mind. I was going to the gym like consistently for a little bit, and I have totally slacked off on that. I think the last time I went to the gym was right before the show that I was supposed to do, so it's been a minute. And you know, like when you stop, it's hard to start back up. But I feel like I've just slowly kind of like reverted back to my old ways of putting myself last and putting everybody else's needs before mine. And you know, it's all right to like not think about yourself all the time, but sometimes, you know, it's good to, you know, practice self-care and take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to take care of you but you. I'm really struggling in that area. Sorry y'all if this is like a downer video to start with, but this is just how I'm feeling, and not every video I'm just going to be like so happy and just jolly. I typically am that, but I do have some weeks, like the last 2 weeks have been really rough, to be honest. And this week I was actually going to be filming a week in the life, but y'all, like I just could not do it. So I was like, what am I going to film? I still want to stay consistent. Even though I'm going through this rut, I still need to stay consistent. So I was like, let me just make like a video, you know, just talking to you guys and letting you guys know what's going on. I was supposed to be keeping up with my website and doing a spring collection, and I still plan on doing the spring collection, but it will be a little bit delayed. I'm just not feeling like it. I haven't even went out fabric shopping, and then with Joann's closing, I'm gonna eventually have to find another shop to buy my fabric from, so that kind of like sucks a little bit. But yeah, so I'm also prepping for the fairs in the summer. So last year I started prepping for the Delaware State Fair in February, and it's already almost March and I have not started prep. Good thing I still have some products I'm sitting on that I can bring, but I still need to make a lot of inventory. And I think that is also the reason why I'm feeling so overwhelmed, because I have so much to do. So much to do. I have to prep so many different things. I have so many SKUs in my shop, like to replace all those SKUs and make new items. It's a lot. Like I make bonnets, scrunchies, pillowcases, lanyards, wristlets, hair care. Like I make it all myself, and I just feel like it's just too much. So when I have so much on my mind, it just makes me want to do nothing. Like I just want to just be like, okay, I can't do it, it's too much, let me just like not do anything. I also want to take a 30-day hiatus from my Instagram and TikTok, and not YouTube, but for my Instagram and TikTok. I really need to do that because it's really affecting my mental health. I am on social media a lot, just replying back to people, trying to come up with ideas. So my goal is to like batch content and just schedule out the posts, because I honestly don't even want to be on the app from the whole month of March. I literally just want to sew. I just want to sit at my sewing machine and just like sew, because that's what I need to do. I have so much work to do and I feel like I'm just juggling too much. I'm going to do that, and I'm actually going to delete Instagram, TikTok, what else do I have? Facebook off of my phone, and I'm going to reply back to comments 1 hour a day on my desktop, and that'll be all, because I really got to focus on like my creativity. I feel like I'm not being creative when I'm just like always consuming so much content every day. So yeah, that's another thing I will be doing, and I feel like I'm just like ranting on and on and on, but I think this is important for me to share, because I get people asking me like when's the spring collection coming out and things like that, and they have every right to ask, but it's hard, y'all, because I am the only one working, and then the prices to hire out help is just like so expensive. I'm just gonna sit here and just like journal a little bit and kind of get my thoughts out of my head onto paper. I think that will help a lot. I already feel better just sitting outside in the sun, like by myself. I'm an introvert. If you guys don't know, I'm an introvert at heart. Maybe I'm an ambivert, whatever it's called. Because I also love talking to people as well, but when I need my space, I just need my space. Like I don't want anybody like near me, next to me. I just want to be in my own head. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys are like that too. Are you guys introverts, ambiverts, or extroverts? I think those are the three. All right, well, let me just get to journaling and just like enjoying the weather, enjoying the sun. There's some geese in the pond. I think they're geese or ducks. I don't know the difference between a geese and a duck. What's the difference, y'all? I have no idea. But there's something in the pond here. I should actually go take a walk around the lake, but guess what? I'm not gonna do it because I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. Alrighty, so I did some journaling, got some thoughts out. It felt nice to just be out here and just like talk to the camera a little bit and talk to you guys a little bit. I want to show like more of me, like my personal life and the things that I go through as a small business owner. It's a lot, like being a small business owner and a mom, and I don't want like single mom to be like my whole identity, but I feel like it is, because like I'm a mom first and then I'm a small business owner, and those are pretty big hats to wear. Let's make an XL book sleeve together. My XL book sleeves are 10 by 12, so the fusible fleece that goes inside has to be cut to 9.5 by 11.5. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Moving on to the fabric, we're going to need 4 pieces of fabric. So we need 2 for the outer layer and 2 for the inner layer. So I'm going to be cutting them all 10 by 12. Also, if you want to know where I got all of the equipment used in this video, it will be linked in my Amazon storefront. I decided to add pockets to our book sleeve, so that's what I'm cutting out now, and I cut them 9.5 by 8.5, and you need 2 pieces for your book sleeve. So I ended up doing an outer fabric and also an inner fabric for the pocket. And I ended up cutting a fusible fleece for the pocket, so you just need 1 piece of fusible fleece that is 9.5 inches by 8.5 inches for the pocket. Now moving on to ironing, the first thing I like to do is just iron out all of the fabric pieces to make sure that everything is nice and crisp, and then I lay on our fusible fleece. Of course, you have to make sure that you're laying it on with the seam side that has glue onto the fabric. And I just iron until everything is nice and sealed. The fusible fleece goes on to all 4 layers of the fabric, so the 2 outer pieces and the 2 inner pieces, and also one side of the pocket. After everything is ironed, you're going to grab the 2 pocket pieces of fabric, so that is the outer layer and the inner layer of fabric, and you're going to place them right sides together. One side should have the fusible fleece, and you're going to clip them at the top. So we're just going to pin them right at the top, just like this, and then we're going to take it to our sewing machine and sew the top layer of this fabric. After we're done sewing that part, we're going to flip it right side out and iron it again to get that crisp edge. Perfect. Now since we're done ironing, we're going to top stitch this, and since I'm using 2 different color fabrics, I'm going to also use 2 different color threads. So I'm going to use black thread for the black side and white thread for the white side. Do you see how clean that looks with the black thread on the black side and the white thread on the white side? It makes it look so nice. The next step is to grab 1 piece of the outer fabric and lay it down face up and place the pocket directly on top, also face up. And you're going to clip everything together before we sew. Now we're going to take it to our sewing machine and we're going to sew all the way around except for the top part. And look how beautiful the pocket came out. It's so cute, and it's also nice and stiff too, which I like. So cute, guys. Now moving on to the next thing, we're going to go ahead and cut the elastic. And so this, I just measured it as I was looking at it, so I don't have any particular measurement. You guys can figure out what you want to do, but just make sure that it fits tightly around the button at the end. So now take the second outer layer, not the one with the pocket, but the second one that doesn't have anything on it. Take that, and now we're going to add the elastic loop at the top of that. And how I find the center is I just fold it in two, and then I use a pen just to hold it in place so I'll know exactly where the center is. And we're going to sew the elastic loop onto the back of the outer fabric. And make sure you guys are back stitching over this multiple times just to make sure that it's nice and secure. Moving on to the inner liner, we're now going to face them right sides together, and we're going to clip them all the way around, leaving the top open. And then at the very bottom, we're going to leave a little gap about 3 inches open so we can flip the book sleeve at the very end. Once it is all sewn, go ahead and cut the corners, making sure that you don't cut through the actual seam. And we're going to do the same thing for the outer layers. You're going to place them right sides together, clip them, and sew all the way around, not leaving the gap on the bottom. We're going to flip the liners and the outer layer right side out so we can add our button on top. If you have a button foot on your sewing machine, you can go ahead and put the button on that way, but mine actually broke, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and manually put it on with needle and thread. I just found the center of the fabric and I'm going to add the button, making sure that the piece of elastic at the back fits securely around the button. And just for extra protection, I ended up using this E6000 glue, which is the best if you're a sewist or if you do any type of sewing. Make sure you guys keep that glue on hand. After you are done putting on the button, make sure that you flip the outer layer back out so you can put the liner inside of the outer layer, if that makes any sense. Be sure to line up the inner layer seams and the outer layer seams and clip everything into place. We're going to take it to our sewing machine and we're going to sew around the top layer. Once that is done, we're going to go ahead and put our hand through the hole that we left open in the liner and pull everything through. You can also use a tool to poke out the corners. I'm just going to go ahead and use my scissors, making sure that I'm very gentle not to poke the seam. We're going to take it back to the sewing machine and we're going to sew that hole that we kept open closed. We are almost at the finish line. All we have to do now is put the lining inside of the book sleeve, and we're just going to iron everything to make sure that it stays in place, and then sew the top layer, and then we're done. When you're ironing, just make sure that the lining is not showing on the outside. Perfect. Now all we have to do now is sew the top part and our book sleeve is done. We did it, y'all. We made a book sleeve. y'all. So we actually did it, and the book sleeve turned out so nice. I'm so happy with it, you guys. And I'm so happy that I actually took this day to just like chill out a little bit and just do what I wanted to do. And when that happens, creativity blooms and a product like this comes out of it, and I absolutely love it. I'm not sure if I'm liking the elastic too much. I feel like it could be a little bit better. Maybe I'll use like a hair tie or something, but the elastic is not giving what I want it to give. But I do like the button, and I do like the fact that you can, you know, put this over. So I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, this was my creative project for today, and I had just so much fun just like creating something a little bit different for my shop, and these are perfectly fine to sell. So I just made 2 items to sell in my shop, and I'm happy about it. So yeah, that is all for this video. I know I did not do a whole bunch in this video, but I just wanted to just like have a chill vlog for you guys and let you guys know just how I've been feeling. I am fine. I feel so much better today. I'm just going to upload these files to my computer so I can edit this video for you guys. And then next week, God willing, or the week after, I'm going to be filming my week in the life as I prep for market season, which is going to be like lots and lots of footage. So I'm so excited for that. I'm just trying to gear myself up for it. And this was definitely like a big help. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys just so much for always like supporting your girl. I really appreciate it so much. You guys really keep me going. I love my audience here on YouTube. I know I say it so much, but I really do, y'all. I really, really, really do. So thank you guys just so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.